the oil boom in Saudi. That happened in the 1970s. So that gave Saudi an immense amount of wealth that the country needed at the time.
That is true.
And the government, of course, did provide the country and the citizens with this wealth in the form of a lot of different projects, but also in the form of a walifa. So during that
Employment.
time,
Mm.
the walifa was a government job that was secure, well paid, and safe. And so a lot of people started getting these walifa, which is a great thing. But I wonder if this oil boom maybe held us back from innovating. Because innovation is typically a product of necessity, right?
That's true.
You look at problems around you and you try to fix that problem. And that leads to innovation. So when we get the oil boom and we have all this wealth, and now the government gives us walifa, maybe now we don't have to innovate anymore, which is maybe why we were behind the US. Do you think there's any correlation there?
You are right. See, we have to be behind the US. US is leading the whole world
Yeah,
in the innovation side, with the Japanese
right.
taking also role in
Mm.
in that sphere. So it's not true. Innovation also in Saudi Arabia was also born with the oil wealth.
Mm.
See, one of the leading businesses here is Al Ulayan Group. Al Ulayan started his own business during the beginning of the oil wealth. Al Ulayan and others,
Mm.
entrepreneurs. Uh, Now Al Ulayan is international, multinational conglomerate.
Right.
That
What did
is,
what did it do? What kind of business was it in?
in the beginning, he started to work for services for the oil companies,
Okay.
Aramco, and then he, start to be as a conglomerate in the financial sector, in the real estate and other activities,
So that was born.
internationally, not only national.
So Al-Ulayyan was an innovation born out of the oil boom.
Out of the oil
Okay.
boom, because see, usually in any society there is people who have that spirit of entrepreneurship
Yeah.
and mindset, so they see the opportunity and start to create, launch and manage businesses.
Right.
So Al-Ulayan is an example. There are many people who are flourished or on the oil boom.
Right.
Also, at the same time, it is natural, that the government provide jobs for the people, because
Right.
businesses still starting to grow and not well developed to provide careers for the people, for the society. So the government usually taking the role of developing the society
Right.
and developing large projects that people cannot do it, because we have not developed to the state where we think
Yeah.
that company can be established and take care of big projects.
Yeah.
So the government took care of these things, like Saudi Airline.
Right.
Saudi Airline is a company can be established by business people,
Right.
but the mentality is not there. So the government take care of establishing those essential services
Right.
that people cannot take care of it
Yeah.
through the oil wealth.
Yeah.
Also, the brilliant academics who became in a decision making started to think about how can we innovate. We used to export oil all over the world, but then import the products that the oil is the main materials for it.
Yeah.
The raw
Products that come out of the
materials,
oil, we import
it
them.
comes products we import, so import them.
Right.
So, Dr. Ghazi Al-Qusaybi is an example. When he became a minister, he established a company which is SABIC. And even the brilliant idea of the SABIC. SABIC came from the word sabk, which is sina, industry,
Right.
manufacturing, the word SABIC. So he came up with the company SABIC to, instead of exporting oil,
We make
we
our own stuff.
export chemicals from
Okay.
different, we use oil as a raw materials. We export oils, but also we export other chemical materials and use them in the market.
So we make our own chemicals here using the oil that we have, and
Using
then
the-
now we just sell that.
Yes.
Okay.
And also from that chemical industry by SABIC became many products that Saudi started to use materials from SABIC to have their own products, to manufacture products. So that idea, although it is a very simple idea to some people, was brilliant because it is very innovative idea
Right.
that used the raw materials of oil to produce
Right.
chemicals and other related products, which then used as raw materials to produce other products.
So that oil boom really was actually, along with the people having jobs, but it also provided innovation through SABIC, and SABIC also probably opened the doors for different other innovations. So this was early on entrepreneurship in Saudi through the oil boom.
The practice of entrepreneurship, it was an early through the beginning of the boom of oil.
Right. Okay.
Also before that, people, we are as a society, the Saudi people are traders
Right.
by nature. So they are trying to, many people start their own businesses from scratch with brilliant ideas to satisfy a need for the people. But it was a practice. But as an intellectual thought, entrepreneurship start to grow through mid 2000, I don't know, like 2005, 2006 on this. That's where the association established in King Saud University, and we start to, as a business leaders and schools, we start to introduce innovation in the
Right.
courses and programs.
Right. Okay.
So
Yeah.
intellectually, it is new.
It's new.
But
yeah.
practice, but remember, in business school, maybe the business thought or business academics is the only major or science that is starting the practice and became a theory. Business scholars, they see what is good practices in the field, and then they
So
put
they
it.
so they experiment first and then they teach it. Yeah.
They
okay.
bring the good experience, best practices, and put it as a theory. Then they
Right.
start to teach it.
Yeah.
This is maybe only the
only science that does that.
business do that. Usually, science became in the labs and next theory, and then
that's
introduced
true.
for the.
That's true.
But
yeah.
business, it is based on the practice.
Interesting.
So we practiced the entrepreneurship, but
Right.
intellectually, we started to
yeah.
put them into thought later on.
Interesting.
And one example, of this idea, the business started in the practice, and in the early of management development, what they call the father of management, Taylor, considered to be the father of management. He started to manage a factory, but he started to see the practice in the factory, and then he became introduced to the scientific management in his era. So that's the idea of practice
Yeah.
precede theory
Yeah. Right.
in business education,
Yeah. Interesting.
and that's what happened also for entrepreneurship.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting kind of way to look at it. Going back to higher education, Saudi used scholarships as a tool for developing human capital.
That is true.
You were a product of scholarships yourself, as
Alhamdulillah.
was mentioned.
Yes, yes.
How did scholarships, or the practice of going to study outside, how did that shape you as a student, as an educator, and as a business mind?
Well, of course, it is an opportunities that has an huge impact on my intellectuality and my personality.
Mm.
Of course, when I was studying there, studying business thoughts with different, in a different atmosphere that I haven't been grown in. Although I studied business in bachelor degree, but it's not the same.
Not the same. Not the same level.
Not the same.
And what period did you study bachelor's? What was?
The bachelor degree was around 1980.
In the 80s.
1977 to 1981. I graduated 81.
So there was no
From ba-
really,
from
there was
bachelor.
nothing, at the time, they didn't have anything to teach business properly at that time.
It is taught properly,
Okay.
but we are not updating the curriculum fast enough,
Okay.
as it is being updating in the US. Usually there is research, active research. All the colleges and universities. Usually you read in the research articles something new every day.
Right.
We did not. Although maybe the reason is because I was studying here at a bachelor degree. There is a higher education, master and a PhD. So we are, as a student there, we are connected with research,
Right.
with faculties and other students. So it's our atmosphere became research. So
Right.
the mindset there is different. So we see the update, and also the thought that we share in the classes with faculty. It is, flourishing your mentality and attitude regarding
Yeah.
business thought. So it was a very good experience.
But then you go to the United States, right? So how did that change you as far as, how did you change from a student who started in Saudi and then a student who studied in America? How did that change you?
Well, of course, I think the most important is I became more attached to libraries and searching and all new things, and for the classes assignments and for personal interest. And when I was in the PhD, I taught for 4 years probably. During my teaching, I use other curriculums to study, to read, so I can enrich the classes. I do not stick to the curriculum, the assigned book for the class,
Right.
but also I try to bring other thoughts to the class, because the book the student can read it.
Right. So you go to the United States, you become an educator over there, you expanded their minds, but then you come back to Saudi, I assume a different person. How did that change your approach when teaching Saudis? Because teaching Americans, I assume, is different than teaching Saudis. Their life's experiences are different. So how did you approach teaching Saudis who have not had that American experience like you did?
Well, of course, me and other scholars who came back to Saudi Arabia has an impact on society through teaching students and advancing their intellectuality, and also as a policymakers in different organizations. So they have played a major role. So scholarships from Saudi Arabia to different part of the world was brilliant initiative by Saudi government. But also which is um, a mentality of a government that think we should take care of our people, educate them because they are the one who's gonna play a major role in the development of the country.
Right.
So, Alhamdulillah, we are uh, fortunate enough to have a good, wise government
Right.
that take that mentality from the beginning.
Right.
And it is an innovative idea
Mm-hmm.
that why not to develop our people and learn from the experiences from all over
Yeah.
the world. And this is based on that wisdom is something to look for
Right.
wherever it is.
Right.
As it says in Arabic, الحكمة والة المؤمن
صح.
أن وجدها فهو أحق بها.
Right.
Allow me to say it in Arabic.
Yeah.
But that's true. We all went all over the world, engineers,